I'm not touching that one with the barge pole. WWE promoting equal rights. You don't mean that at all. Wankers. Raw starts off strong this week with not a single authority member in sight. Roman Reigns comes down and was reminded last week when Chris Jericho primarily beat him for the US Championship along with Kevin Owens. We see this little shit in the crowd who's come with his mum. Speaking of coming, his mum's just flooded her basement and pissed all over the two lads in front. I hope the lads in front turn around and pagger the fuck out of this kid. Christ. I mean, just look at the fucking thing, it's just asking for a punch. Anyway, horrible use of camera work aside, where was I? So Roman plays the good sport card about last week, doesn't cry about losing the belt, and then I think he comes early when he heard a watch shout from the crowd. He thought it was Heyman, but it wasn't, but then eventually Heyman comes out. Heyman says Brock's going to conquer the Rumble, and Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho come out, and they say that they've monopolised the US Championship and the Universal Championship and the Royal Rumble and just the WWE in general, when they'll both face each other at WrestleMania, and Jericho thinks that's going to be a really nice thing, whereas Owens doesn't seem to agree with him. This brings Seth Rollins out, and then Braun Strowman comes out, gets face to face with Roman, and Kevin Owens does his best to interrupt Vince's wank backstage. This brings Brock Lesnar out, just before Brock has a chance to get involved. Sami Zayn appears out of the blue, and he's the catalyst for the whole thing kicking off when he attacks Braun Strowman out of nowhere. Once the faces clear Strowman out of the ring, Brock comes in, cleans house. Zayn, bless him, he has a go at Brock Lesnar, but he just gets effed in the A. Brock wants some of Strowman, Strowman doesn't want any of Brock, so Strowman buggers off. Roman has another go, but Brock just splatters him all over the place. Strowman jogs on, and then Brock's left stood standing tall, everyone else is laid out. Later on tonight, the Tag Team Championships are on the line in a match between Cesaro and Gallows and Anderson. We've also got Rusev and Ninja Mahal against Enzo and Kaz. That match is next, actually. It was just a boom shakalaka and done. That was it, really. Just celebrating Enzo being out of the wheelchair and back in the ring. Nothing really else to report. Let's move on. Jack Gallagher's spotted walking towards the arena, and then he joins the lads at commentary. He does a fantastic job with a bit of banter with Austin Aries, and his commitment to his character is just second to none. This is all overseeing a match between Rhea Daivari and Lince Dorado. Daivari makes Dorado tap with his modified Cobra Clutch, and then they promote an I Forfeit match for 205 Live between Gallagher and Daivari. That's not all though. My sources tell me after the match Daivari went backstage and Vince McMahon was interrogating him. Vince was calling him Jinder and wondering why he was going out onto the stage twice and he wasn't going to get paid twice, so why bother? Someone then informed Vince that it's Equal Rights Day and Vince backed down. While Sasha Banks was running the ropes in a training session recently, Nia Jax attacked her and knackered her leg even more than she previously had done. We're also reminded that The Undertaker came back last week to Raw and told us that he was going to be in the Royal Rumble match. Then he made a weird sex noise. Well, shit noise, sex noise. I don't know what the fuck it was. I'm still being quite optimistic for the UK Championship. Let's see where it goes. Let's hope they don't just thin it out too much like they've done with the women/divas and the cruiserweight/midgets. It was a bit of a strange match really between Cesaro and Gallows and Anderson. It was a good match, don't get me wrong, the action in the ring was entertaining. But we had Sheamus turning face for a few minutes accidentally when he clobbered the referee. And, before he wouldn't have cared about that, but this time he does. And then with that referee down, the club get the 3 count with a different referee, but once they get announced as the winners, the original referee comes round and disqualifies Sheamus for smacking him in the face, and then the club don't win the belts. So they decide to lay waste to Cesaro, and then they fuck off. So, yeah, we're meant to feel sorry for the club, and not Sheamus and Cesaro. Bit confusing, but still a good match. I guess they're just going to keep the feud going on for a bit longer. I found myself feeling quite awkward for a few minutes. We start off with Charlotte's Tucking Tips, episode 43. And then, it's awkward. Oh, and then fucking tastefully done, well done WWE, Emelina next. That's really nice timing to put your tits in asses. Fantastic. Unless we've got Sami Zayn, just, they've obviously told him to be more Canadian to stand out because he was just over the top and a bit silly. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins didn't really appreciate it, but he tried to go for the whole Shield 2.0, 3.0, whatever the fuck we're on now. Tony Nese versus Rich Swann didn't even happen, as Neville jumped Rich Swann. Swann made a bit of a comeback, but then Tony Nese jumped him, but then Neville threw Nese out of the ring so he could continue attacking Swann. They're obviously making Neville look really strong. He looks like he's lost his marbles, but he still looks pretty tough in this. Coming up shortly, we've got the New Day addressing the issue that there's 3 of them in the Royal Rumble and only 1 spot to obviously win the Royal Rumble. Neville gets harassed backstage by Tom Phillips' little brother. Neville takes a few shots at the Americans, for no other reason other than that he's a dirty foreigner. The New Day head out and start feeding the crowd. They hype the Royal Rumble match and they list all the great talent that are expected. They obviously leave themselves for last. But then they pose the question of what happens if they come into conflict with each other within the Royal Rumble match. But that's no problem because it's all smiles, because if one of them wins, they all win. But then Titus O'Neil comes out and spoils the good vibe. Titus says although he's been trying to get into the New Day, he doesn't need to get into the New Day anymore. He can simply replace one of them in the Royal Rumble spot, seeing as they've got 3 up for grabs. I don't know why they're up for grabs, but he just assumes. He puts out a challenge to any of the 3 and Big E responds, and that match is next. The match itself is just the New Day taking the piss out of Titus for a little while, with Titus making some offence. It looks pretty strong, and he is pretty strong, he's lifting Big E up and chucking him around. It's just a shame about his coordination. He's like a drunk baby, but, you know, 6'7" or whatever he is, and built like a brick shithouse. That's a baby and drunk. It got a bit weird when Titus decided he was going to spank Big E in return. He looked like he was enjoying a bit too much. But then we just saw the big ending, and that was it, it was done, and the New Day celebrate once more. It does look like they are going to let Titus join in the end. I suppose they need to do something to freshen it up so it doesn't go stale after they've lost the belts, but we'll see. No, for fuck's sake, not this noise again. Excuse me a moment. Fucking hell, is it still fucking yammering on? Christ. Why didn't I just press the fucking skip button? Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho attempt to pull on Strowman's strings backstage. Owens wants him to take out Roman Reigns, so his match against him at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view will be nice and easy. Jericho wants him to take out Seth Rollins, so the Royal Rumble match itself will be easy. Berserker Braun responds with a bit of the old, "Whatever, I'll do what I want," and then he fucks off, leaving Jericho and Owens unsure whether or not their dirty work's going to get done tonight or not. Yeah, I'm starting to feel really sorry for the cruiserweights now. It's just all just a setup for 205 Live / Bitches Be Crazy every Tuesday night. It just comes off as generic soap opera shit. It's just awful. Can't really blame the talent involved. They're doing the best that they can. Yeah, a lot of shit happened on 205 Live. Fox is not quite sure which one of the blokes she wants to be with. Maybe she wants to be with both of them. Fuck knows. I don't think she's meant to know. She does a pretty good job of acting like a smacked out hooker at a crime scene. She causes a distraction, which distracts the Brian Kendrick. She also distracts Alexander, but Alexander's the one that capitalises, hits a stunning Lombard check, and gets the 3. Noam Dar watches and grins backstage on the TV screen. And then after the match, Foxy goes for a hug, and Alexander ducks her and leaves her hanging. Nia, you're fucking smiling again. Stop it. Right now, stop it. That's better. You have got a fantastic smile and it's really menacing, but you need to save it for special occasions, because you're just giving it away for free right now. With WrestleMania drawing nearer, it's time to start announcing Hall of Fame members. I know he's still working for the company, but I reckon Corey Graves should just go straight in there because, well, you know, fantastic. If you haven't gathered the message yet, Alicia Fox, and all women apparently, are fucking batshit crazy and unstable. They can't keep the shit together. Inevitably, everything's going to fall apart and they're going to have a breakdown and start shouting and bawling and screaming. And, you know, it's a fantastic place and a fantastic message to get across to everybody, so let's hope you enjoy that. Hooray for equality and all that shite. What the fuck is that? What's going on? Kurt Angle will be in the Hall of Fame. Why have they done that now? Why? I mean, don't get me wrong. Hang on, just 1 second. Fucking hell. Right, that's better. Just nice and calm now. I don't understand why they've announced this now. Are they just trying to distract me from thinking that he might be in the Royal Rumble? If I'm led to believe that the next time we're going to see him is a couple of nights before WrestleMania, then I won't expect him to be at the Royal Rumble. Either way, I'm happy with the idea of him being here. I love Kurt Angle, but I just think that's a bit of a weak way to bring him in. Ah, well, at least the crowd remember to chant "You suck" with his music. Next week, it's Goldberg's turn to promote the Royal Rumble. I don't know why he can't go on SmackDown and do it, or if Brock couldn't go on SmackDown and do it, but never mind, everybody comes on Raw to promote the Royal Rumble. Fuck SmackDown. And now it's main event time. Got Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn versus Braun Strowman, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. Roman gets loads of cheers on his way out, you know, as per usual. The match itself was pretty solid. There was nothing overly important in the match. It finished with Braun and Zayn. Strowman got the running power slam. After the match, Strowman decided to carry Zayn up to the announce table where he's going to give him a good seeing to. Before he tried to do anything devious to him, Seth Rollins appeared with a steel chair, smacked Strowman with it, and then Roman Reigns hit him with a fucking nasty spear that looked like it was head versus chin. Rollins and Reigns looked like they were about to do a bit of old shield bomb style. Before they had a chance to put him through a table, Jericho came and stopped it. But then before anything happened to Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins reappeared, pedigreed Jericho on the stage in, but then gets completely fucking levelled by Owens in a steel chair. Reigns charged at Owens for a spear, but Owens ended up making him eat a chair. And then Owens takes Reigns over to the announce table, asks him if he remembers Battleground, and then powerbombs him through it, with that good old nutcase stare of his. Well, that was a good issue, wasn't it? We have the Royal Rumble to look forward to, we have that episode of Raw to enjoy, no authority figures, and I managed to go the entire episode without mentioning the elephant in the room whatsoever. I didn't once mention the word liar. I never even said murderer. So, you know, that was nice. Oh, yeah, leave me alone. We'll do this again sometime. I'll see you soon. And that's me done for another week. If you'd like to comment, please follow the link in the description to the Botchmania site and do so there. If you prefer Twitter, I can be found at Blunt Damage. If you like my theme music, the band are The Colour Fire, and they can be found at www.thecolourfire.com. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.